Welcome back to my channel. My lecture today is centered around the imagination. Our imaginations are extremely powerful tools in attracting certain things into our lives. Also in developing certain cognitive abilities which can enhance our well-being in different things that we pursue in our lives. In this video, I'm going to address two questions that center around the imagination. The first one is, what is the value of our imagination? What is the value of developing this part of our mind? Second question is, how do we create a better imagination? How do we work out these muscles? First question, what is the value of our imagination? Structurally, our brain has two main hemispheres, left and right. People that are left brain oriented tend to be very analytical. They're excellent at analyzing situations. They are detail oriented. They're great at answering questions which only have one solution to them. These skills are obviously important. However, the right side of the brain also utilizes skills that are extremely important for someone to be well off in society. The right brain is more artistic. It's part of our emotions, our expression. It enables us to see complexity in dilemmas, to understand that there is not just one answer, that there may be an array of solutions. The synergy of developing both sides of our brain is that we need all of those tools to be successful in our careers, our personal lives, in endeavors that we enjoy, artistic, or people who love to do maybe more analytical activities for fun, like crossword puzzles, whatever it may be. The point being is developing your imagination makes it easier for you to do many different things in your life. If you can understand, it's important to realize that our society is very complex. When an individual can start thinking with both sides of their brain, they empower themselves more by understanding there are an array of solutions to certain problems. And these just don't have to be societal problems. They could be problems in relationships. They could be problems at work where you need to develop a marketing solution or a finance solution. The point being is there are mechanisms in our right brain like compassion, empathy, which sometimes, when channeled appropriately, can give us an edge in developing analytical solutions to problems. Thinking with our whole mind is absolutely essential because we are human beings of intellect and we are also human beings of emotion. Some people tend to encompass more of those than the other. Some people are more balanced. Some people choose to be more of that, one of the aspects than the other. The point being is, in order to take in our environments more fully, we can only do so when we begin to develop both sides of our brain. That being said, developing your imagination will also enhance your ability to create things in your life. We live in a society that has an infinite amount of influences that we encounter every day, whether we like it or not. Anything from Hold out. Okay, I'm not gonna delete this video because I like how it's going so far. Anyways, we live in a society that forces us to encounter many different influences. Anything from music to visuals to human interactions, what we see on the news, when we go to the gym. There are influences all around us. Part of the idea of developing your imagination is learning to think for yourself, because the left side of your brain is somewhat just regurgitating information. It's system in, system out. However, there's so much more complexity to that. I had a conversation with someone recently about personal beliefs about society, religion, politics. What was interesting is I found myself simply saying, one of the things that I think is extremely important is that people learn to think for themselves, because there are so many things out there, many different tools, many different people will tell you different things. All that being said, it's also how people interpret what's being said, what's being written, what's being shared. I believe individuals who can think more for themselves make healthier decisions for their life, which as a whole, it benefits our society. And oftentimes, people who think for themselves, they are accurately interpreting the information that they're gathering much more precisely than someone who doesn't think for themselves as an individual, but just takes in the information from what someone tells them, or from what a group tells them to do with their life, or what a lecture tells them is, this is the research, this is what we found, these are the facts. It's important for people to realize that no matter what scientists gather, it still often has a bias, because we're humans and we tend to throw in our personal beliefs about solutions or problems, even when we are challenging ourselves to be as objective as possible. That's really important. So moving on, my second question is, how do you exercise these muscles? How do you develop these muscles? If you're of the left brain type, what do you do to start becoming more creative? One of the foundational principles for people that are artistic, that are creative, is they often have a deep love and self-respect for who they are. They don't need other people to approve of them for them to do something different. So this comfort zone, as I call it, it enables them to be unique, to create a fashion statement, to create dialogues through poetry or music that are one of a kind, that are new, just being introduced to society. They're able to tap into brilliant thought patterns because they have an internal mechanism which enables them to express, create, and think of things which maybe aren't mainstream. Being creative, being artistic is somewhat of a byproduct of, I think, other internal beliefs that individuals have. It's somewhat of a power in knowing that you are contributing to a bigger picture, that you have the opportunity to do so if you wish to. You can add to something that is greater than just you as an individual. How do you go about developing these abilities? Being artistic is simply being creative. It's creating something from within you. the way you go about this, whether it's through writing, through singing, through poetry, through fashion, through artwork, through speaking, through all the different mechanisms, even through technology, which often, people who are excellent with creating networks or programs, there's somewhat an element of creativity thrown in there. They're developing a complex solution in which they can't just refer to a book to get the answer from. So all those mechanisms, start with whatever you have. So let's say if you want to become more artistic and you wish to focus that energy in writing, start with writing about a topic that interests you. If it's fiction or nonfiction, spend time doing that 10 minutes a day for a certain amount of length. If you want to be more visually artistic, start drawing. Even if you're terrible at it, most people who aren't naturally gifted at those things, they simply believe that it's not a muscle that they can develop, when in fact, just like you're successful on the basketball court or in gym, if you're a gymnast, it's something you work at day in and day out. The more you put your focus into developing your creative abilities, you will find that you have the ability to tap into an array of ideas. You are essentially just developing another part of your brain. It's a part of your brain that is sending out what you have taken in, but also enhancing it in a way that somewhat is personalized to what you want to create, to who you are, to back again to what you want to convey. Developing your imagination is really an important tool to be successful in life, I believe, because I believe many things in this world encompass solutions which are complex. Yet, in order to create those solutions, we have to learn to see the problems in a whole-minded way, which requires us to use our left and right brain. I hope this video was educational. You learned a few or more than a few tools that you can incorporate into your lifestyle that will enable you to develop your imagination or to enhance your imagination. If being imaginative, sorry, my computer died again. If being imaginative is a new subject for you, I hope that what I shared today encourages you to start being more creative or more artistic, because now you see the value in what it offers for you in your life. Be well. God bless you. Bye.